I have some diet and supplement recommendations for promoting flexibility gains. So with your diet, what you want to do is make sure you're eating a high amount of anti-inflammatory foods. So by reducing inflammation in your body, you reduce both pain and swelling. Those things can restrict range of motion and make it hurt when you stretch. So the foods you want to eat a lot of are green vegetables: kale, spinach, Brussels sprouts, Swiss chard, broccoli, you name it. What I actually do is I go everywhere with a trash bag of these green vegetables. And so maybe I'm like driving around in my car, I will just start munching on them. So everywhere I go, I got a trash bag full of green vegetables just to make sure I'm keeping inflammation down. A more realistic recommendation for a lot of you guys, if you want to super supplement with anti-inflammatory foods and get the flexibility promoting benefit of it and disease prevention, is to use a juicer. So basically juicing green vegetables, a lot of kale, and then you can add some carrots and stuff to it just to make it taste better. You end up with like a green magic elixir potion, which tastes good or bad depending on how much lemon juice you add to it as well. Now let's move on to supplements. So still in line with the anti-inflammatory theme, the number one supplement would be something like a liquid fish oil. Okay, what you do is you just take a swig, and that's it. Struck the cap. Liquid is better than capsules because you're going to get more through the liquid. And actually, combining the green drinks with the fish oil has a synergistic effect because the fat soluble micronutrients in the green foods can be more readily absorbed with a fat such as fish oil combined with it. So consider that your magic potion stack for health and flexibility gains. So let's go ahead and move to drugs because drugs are kind of fun to talk about. The number one class of drugs for helping you with your flexibility performance and yeah, is going to be painkillers. So now painkillers, you can get into some nasty addictions with painkillers as you go down the classes, but let's just start with the basic things such as acetaminophen, ibuprofen, and naproxen sodium in the U.S. Those brands are Tylenol, ibuprofen, and Aleve. I find that if you take too much of this stuff, you'll kind of get numb, and that's not good because it reduces strength, and then at that point you're probably doing more damage to your body than you want to. But a standard adult dose is fairly safe if you use it every now and again for flexibility training. It won't decrease strength at a standard adult dose like it will if you go up in the doses. And it also reduces inflammation through different mechanisms in your body, and I find it's helpful for those long-winded stretching sessions where you're trying to hold positions, like the splits, for example. You're holding the splits for a long time. Splits training is largely about increasing your pain tolerance in the full range of motion, and a painkiller, you might think, oh my God, it's just masking, the pain and you're doing more damage. Through my experience, no, you get more productive benefit out of anything. And to those people who are going to mention, oh, you're going to get cancer in 20 years because you take Tylenol every now and again. Fuck you, no, I'm not. Okay, so smart use of over-the-counter painkillers can go a long way in helping your flexibility practice if you use them tactically. Something people can probably get more behind would be something like caffeine. So, my standard way to use caffeine is just by drinking coffee. I'm sponsored by Chimera Coffee, sponsored by a coffee company. Living the dream. They make a really good product. It's really clean. It's organic. They have a good relationship with the farmers. They're all natives to the Dominican Republic. They infuse it with nootropics, which are focus drugs, which can help you. Nootropics is a class of drug that can help you focus. That's also good for flexibility training if you're having to focus on not getting out of the split too early because of the pain. So coffee is good, or you can just buy some caffeine pills. If you're interested in Chimera Coffee, I do have a discount code, Jujimufu, through their website. They're a really good group of people. I love these guys. I love working with them. And now the last thing I'm going to recommend, I can recommend a lot of things in a roundabout way might help with flexibility. So this one's going to be pretty controversial, and a lot of people are probably going to be like, ugh, I can't believe he's actually recommending that. It's going to be something called Phenibut. I can buy this on Amazon.com. I've been using it off and on for about 6 years now, just whenever I want to. Phenibut is an anti-anxiety and sleep-promoting compound. Honestly, I don't know why it's still legal in the U.S. because it's so powerful. It's really a powerful drug. But you can buy it on Amazon through several vendors. I buy it through one called Lift Mode. And what it's mainly used for is to reduce anxiety and help you sleep. So the reason I started using it to begin with was just to get a good night's sleep every now and again. I'd use about 500 milligrams, about an hour before bed, and it would just give me a deep sleep. Then I thought about, okay, it's also used for anti-anxiety. Why don't I try it before one of those long-winded stretching sessions where I'm doing a lot of relaxed splits work? And so I took about 250 milligrams the first time, and that was good. And so I would recommend 250 to 500 milligrams about an hour before any long-winded stretching session where you're relaxing and you're holding really deep positions for long periods of time. It will help you relax. It will, it'll help you. Now, I do not recommend going over a gram of this stuff at any given time. And I do not recommend using it more than 3 consecutive days in a row in any dose. There is a very high potential for abuse for this compound. You can read a lot of horror stories on the internet with just a little bit of Googling of people getting addicted to it. Withdrawal symptoms from having used it for long periods of time are supposedly very, very nightmarish. I've never had a problem with it because I've never abused it. I feel like people who are prone to alcoholism or have alcoholism gene or have trouble controlling their alcohol intake should not mess with this compound because it is similar to alcohol, only better. I don't drink myself except for maybe a couple glasses of wine a year. It's not my thing, so that's probably why I have no problem controlling this one. But if you know yourself and you know you're prone to abuse of alcohol, I would not mess with Phenibut. All right, so the last recommendation, people are going to roll their eyes. They're going to be like, oh my God, please, no more. I don't want to. This can't, it's just so boring. It's really not if you do it in the way I tell you to do it. So here's how it works. You have water. Water is the most powerful flexibility promoting compound there is in existence. If you are dehydrated, your flexibility will suffer tremendously. And if you are super hydrated through an unintuitive increase amount in your water intake, you will see some fantastic benefits. I drink 2 to 3 gallons a day. That is 7 to 11 liters, and it's it's between 30 and 40 something glasses of water a day if you do the conversions. So typically you hear about 8 glasses of water a day. It's complete bullshit. That's an amount for people who want to feel like miserable all day long. You need to increase your water intake. If you want to see some flexibility promoting benefits and you want to feel energized and you want to get what I get out of water myself, what I get out of it, get what I'm saying here, start by drinking an intuitive amount. It's uncomfortable. You have to sit there and you actually have to do reps, like you're doing reps and sets of an exercise. You have to count them. You're not going to want to drink anymore. Your stomach's going to get a little upset, and you want to drink up to the point where you start to feel just a little lightheaded. At that point, you can back off a little bit, and you're going to pee a lot more. Once you reach that point, you can cut your intake down a pretty good amount from there. But go ahead and try that to start with, and then see how you feel and see how your flexibility training goes for any given day. And increase water intake to super optimum levels, or if that word exists. Super optimum sounds pretty good. Just made it up. Increasing your water intake to super optimum levels is going to really help your flexibility training if you're not used to being cognizant of how much water you're drinking during the day. So those are my recommendations. Eat an anti-inflammatory diet. Lots of green foods. Drink your green shakes. Consider a fish oil supplement. Well, don't consider it. You should be taking fish oil. Take fish oil supplements. Consider a painkiller. Explore a few other things here and there, and increase your water intake. There are no shortcuts to flexibility training. So remember, none of these are magically just going to give you the splits, but they will. If you do them all, you will probably find there's a dramatic increase in the comfort of your flexibility training in terms of holding extended positions for longer periods of time and just the general amplitude you have when you do any sort of movement. So continue watching this YouTube series with more interesting tips. Buy my book. It's full of things you've never heard of. You've probably never heard of anything like this before in terms of how it relates to flexibility training. My ebook is fucking awesome. You're going to love it. get a copy. And yeah, thanks for watching. Continue watching. There's more stuff coming.